3 shots, 4 par, I just do 2. 1 putt, par 4, birdie, woohoo. New driver, info, replace, M2, par 5, fairway, what you fin do? Think I'll try to get on into. Start right, good line, good view. It drew, shooter McGavin, 2 thumbs that's up high and 2.
All right, let's do it. Episode 186, I think now. It's 186 or 187. So Shaun from Early Birdie Customs. Thanks for joining us, man. We gave a ball marker away a couple weeks ago, so appreciate you sending that up so we could do that, man. They're pretty cool. But Shaun, thanks for joining us, pal.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. Appreciate it. Appreciate the time.
I was saying I'm like a day removed from losing my voice pretty much, so Bryce might carry us here, but Shaun's in the hockey space too, and that's kind of Bryce's world too, so all of our worlds really, especially right now, but Bryce might have to do a little bit more of a carry here for me today, if you don't mind, Bryce. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Well, let's get right into it. I mean, how'd you get started in this? Kind of what drew you to this part of the golf space, and how's it going?
Pretty accidental, to be coming from like a hockey. I'm like a hockey, not as much anymore, but like a pretty big gear nerd.
Mm-hmm.
So like coming from that, just like the customization of golf is always been very attractive to me. So like honestly, initially I started out wanting to stamp wedges, and I was waiting for I was waiting for like a magnetic block from a company from like Stamp Yours. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they did like release a magnetic block, and so I was like kind of waiting for that. And in the meantime, I just started messing around with like pieces of copper and steel and brass, and a personal friend had suffered like a tragedy, so I made him a ball marker in kind of remembrance of that, and just kind of, I don't know, man, just started kind of the snowball started rolling down the hill, I guess. I got linked up with Fat Perez when before he had signed with like Bob Does Sports. So he had been using my markers and pumping me pretty good, and that helped quite a bit as well. And then from there, it's just kind of evolved. I've made a lot of really cool connections. You know, I mean, guys that you know, obviously, like Loey and Chris, Shaun from Dexter Divots, Brandon and Nebula. His shop's like 4 blocks away from me, so I pop in all the time and see him. But yeah, that's kind of it. And then from there, it's just evolved, like, I guess, stylistically, of kind of just the generic stamp and paint fill to doing this distressing with metal and copper and brass and oil burning things and doing force patinas on stuff. And that's kind of like where I really found the thing I enjoy the most, is just finding different ways to kind of distress the metal and make something that's, like, in my opinion, like pretty cool. But I know it's not for everybody. Like, some people like really clean, polished looking things. I enjoy a little bit more of the grungy kind of aspect of stuff. So but yeah, that's kind of it, honestly.
How'd you get linked up with Fat Perez? I mean, if listeners don't know, big in the YouTube space, I am personally, and he obviously jumped on with Bob Does Sports, and they're kind of huge now. And so you said you hopped on with him before he was with Bob Does Sports. How did that connection start up?
Just Instagram. Just sent him a message, asked if he wanted something, sent him a few things, and he would post them. Did a giveaway with him at one point. I think we might have done a couple, but yeah, I mean, really just, you know, yeah, you know, I was in the very beginning, it was just getting your name out there, right? Trying to send something to as many people who were interested, had a, you know, good following in the space, to just try to get as much exposure as possible. And yeah, I don't know, just kind of got lucky with him. And then once you know, once his career started progressing, you know, there's contractual obligations and such that kind of, you know, stop that. But really nice human being.
I love this, man. Euro step this shit. I love that. That's so cool. I'm just looking at them right now. So if we can go back to the the Stamp Yours block and stuff like that. We had a young guy named Elliot Marone up on the pod who Bryce and I both met. He's actually made us a couple cool things, and I know Bryce, I showed you some of them, but like he made like a couple bag tags and stuff like that. But his thing is like stamping, so we went into that like in depth, and we actually like when we posted the reel, we got talking with Anthony Taranto about them and stuff like that. It was really cool to be able to kind of chat with him. He's sort of like, the guy in that space, right? So,
for sure. Yeah.
But like I felt like we had a whole like hour pod or 45-minute pod, like literally talking about how like Elliot's kind of building that business on like stamping clubs and stuff like that. And it's just so interesting, like how people take their different like ways and spin it, right? Because when you and I were talking and I grabbed that ball marker from you, is like so cool, man. It was just like I don't know, like to me it was like nothing I had ever seen before, right? And I just like the idea of like there's only ever gonna be that one piece, like with what you do, right? Like it's never gonna look any like you could do two of what you would be doing the same type of thing with, and they're not gonna turn out the same way when you kind of like oil blast it and all that other different stuff that you're doing with it. But like what took you like down that way? Because I'm looking like through your page right now, and they're all kind of like, I want to say they're like very like like rough artistic, like it's like really cool, like. But what took you
Thanks.
like what's that like? How did Shaun become like that type of artist? Like what is it that kind of made you like want to go down that path versus something like you said clean cut or lasering them or something like that?
I mean, lasering was. I've been approached, I guess, with that like so many times because it would be a super, I guess, easy way to scale the business aspect of things, but um, just the, like you said, just the one-offs, like the custom one-off really appeals to me. And yeah, I mean, that's particularly why I just don't really, I mean, like same kind of idea with Lowy, right?
Yeah.
Like he could do something very different to scale his production, but it wouldn't be what it is. And it's kind of, I mean, on a different, much different scale than what he's doing. That's kind of the same way I feel about the markers I make. Like I like them to be unique and different and kind of one of a kind. And, um, and then I guess like from the clean cut aspect to like for the second part of the question, there's just so much of it out there. Like it's just, and I like not to knock anybody who stamps, but like anybody can do it. I mean, there's some stylistic and some things, but like, you practice enough, you're gonna, I mean, if you can swing a hammer, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but there's
could-
also
like,
difference
you can
in
figure it
like
out.
how good people are. Like you can really tell a good
For
stamper
sure.
from a bad stamper.
Yeah, like I mean, and you can probably tell, like I'm not like taping, like I mean, every once in a while I have in the past, but like kind of the direction I'm heading, like I'm not taping lines or like
Yeah.
doing anything like that anymore. Like it very much just freehand. Like the rows that you have is the stems all just freehand with a sort of this like little beveled stamp that I have, and um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that answers the question, but like, yeah, just the uniqueness of it all. I mean, similar to what Brandon, like, dude, Brandon's in another world. Um, Nebula, the stuff that he does, I love just talking to him and listening to him. Just, I mean, dude, he's a wealth of knowledge,
Dude,
and
his
he's a very
are
smart
insane,
human
man.
being.
Like they're
Yeah.
they're
he-
they're wild in their own sense, like because he's doing
But it's cool.
inlays and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's cool though because you get the two different kind of ends of the spectrum. With yours, they're kind of, I'm gonna say messy. I don't mean that in a bad way, but they're kind of messy
Nah,
and artistic and kind of things are kind of going all over the place, which people love. Like I know, like the dancing letters on Scotty Cameron's and stuff. People love that stuff. And then you go to Brandon's, and they're so everything's a sharp line. Everything's like perfect. So I think both ways are great. I think both people or everyone likes something different. So I think a lot of people like the hand stamp kind of not perfect like angle on it. So I do.
yeah, I
I think
mean, and everybody, I mean, at the end of the day, like, not even like some people just want a quarter in their pocket.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
and you're never gonna please everybody. I know that. I'm like, it's just you know, the founders of the company I work for, in my day job, they have a saying: if you're for everybody, you're for nobody. And I feel like it's a kind of a good way to live if you have any brand, because you're never going to make everybody happy.
I mean, like that.
You know,
I love that, man. Yeah.
Yeah, just stay true to yourself. Stay true to stay in your lane. I feel like I tell Chris that all the time, and Brandon. I'm like, I just stay in my lane, man. I don't.
Yeah.
Not putting golf opinions out there. It's not my place.
Well, that's like us too. Like we're not for everybody. We had that one guy who didn't like his price. What was that guy's name?
Yeah. Fergie.
Fergie, yeah. One guy
Fergie
gave us
didn't like it.
we got one
Shout
guy.
out Fergie. We're still waiting for him to come film for us.
Yeah, we had one video that was like a little blurry, and some guy gave a shit. So we're not for everybody.
Well, there was also 1,700 people walking behind the camera, so the cameras tried to focus on like everyone, and it was a little blurry.
Cameras.
Yeah, Fergie wasn't happy.
Right? Yeah, so we're not for everybody. Not for Fergie, that's for sure. Shaun, do you like draw inspiration from any artists? Like you're an artist. Like, do you like follow art outside of golf at all?
I like some buddies that tattoo and stuff locally. I mean, that's I guess not really. No, nothing.
Because these the first thing that came to my mind is these look like kind of like the Banksy of golf markers, if that makes sense to you. You know? No, like
that's a compliment. I'll take that.
That's a good, like, it was meant to be, man. They're kind of like they've got like the same colors, the same kind of like splashes, that type of thing, right? So like, just like I'm looking at like the cancel Christmas one and stuff like that. Like that's like, it's a pretty cool idea. Like that type of thing is I don't think too many people are making them like that, right? So I'm sure there'll be like a Campbell's soup one coming up and stuff like that, which is kind of like one of his signatures and stuff. But all like the colors are pretty consistent. They're pretty like similar and stuff. And I think that's why a lot of people might be so interested. And that's why I just wasn't sure if you had like an art background or if you were kind of like, if you had dabbled in that in the out of the golf space, really.
No, I mean, I have a background in photography. I mean, so like that's another creative outlet for me. But yeah, I mean, like drawing, painting, never really got into that at all. Like, mostly digital art, I guess you could say, like with photography and, doing some a little weird stuff every once in a while with that. But most of photography is just like lifestyle photography, like nothing special.
So are you doing fully custom ones for people, or are you kind of just stamping them and showing them off, and whoever wants them can take them?
I mean, I honestly haven't been like super active in trying to sell them lately. Just because I just had my second kid. So I have a 3.5-year-old and a 2-month-old.
Oh,
so, time, and then with a full-time job, like life's, time is limited. Yeah. So, I'm starting to find like a little bit of a kind of a groove and rhythm to kind of get back into it a little bit. But I mean, I'm very available. If somebody wants something, I'll make something for them,
Yeah. Well, I guess where I was going with that is how can someone get one of these? Like, how do they contact you? What's like the process like?
Just hit the DMs, baby. Just, yeah, I mean, nothing fancy. Yeah. Just Instagram really. So, I mean, I have an email for it or whatever, but DMs is going to be the best way to get in contact with me.
Awesome.
I'm deep in the page right now, man.
I've been looking this whole time.
I'm just the voice isn't so great today, so I'm kind of just doing a rabbit hunt here. But are you are you keeping any stock of them? Like these die are sick, man. They're so cool. Like, do you keep any of those like kind of pieces on hand if people want them?
I have a couple dice that are already done up. That me and Chris were gonna throw a little package together with the head covers we made that we just never did, because like we'll just, instead of doing anything productive, we'll just go play 18 holes together. So I have like a handful of those, but like most of the time every once in a while I'll mess around with stuff and I'll have a few pieces laying around that are just kind of like stock, I guess you could say, nothing really, nothing personalized about them. But for the most part, it's just kind of like on demand, I guess.
That's sweet, man. I was just talking to Chris like an hour ago. I can't take you guys too deep into our DM because we'll get canceled here, but look at these puppies.
Are those your Nikes?
Ooh.
Nice.
I can't wait to get those things back, man. They look so good. You're not lefty, are you,
He's
Shaun?
no,
Good,
no.
good.
Attaboy.
Yeah, good. That's what Chris said. He's
I
like they wouldn't be coming back if they would not be coming back if he was a lefty. But man, they're so sweet. I can't wait to get these things back. But yeah, like I saw that cover firsthand too because I was down at Loey's and he's got one on his putter. I went down and visited him for a pod, which was pretty cool. But are you ever thinking about bringing it outside like the marker space, or are you kind of just sticking with that?
We just sticking with this. I mean, I could buy some blanks to do bag tags or something like that, but I mean, realistically, I'd tell him to go to talk to Isaac over at Tour Drip. I mean,
Yeah,
his bag tags are insane, and
they are, man.
I'd
They're so
rather,
cool.
yeah, I mean, it's like, it's just not my thing, like I could probably figure something out, but like, I don't know. I don't want to step on toes. Like it's such a cool community with like people. I mean, me and Brandon have said like, like when I'm sitting in a shop, I'm like, people would probably like trip out the fact that we're just sitting here together. Like, that it's friendly, like, I think a lot of people think there'd be like weird competition
Right.
of some sorts, people are selling the same thing. It's like not that way at all.
No, man, I think a lot of people like in this community either they find what they like and they go with what they like. So they're like going to purchase like a Nebula marker or an EBC marker or whatever one that they want, right? Or they're going to, if they like you guys, they're going to support both you guys. Like, man,
Yeah.
shit, I get like stuff from clubs. I got like probably 5 or 6 tools from him. I got a marker from you. I got one from Loey. I got one from Brandon. Man, there's probably others in the space. One from Shaun, which I just got it out of the mailbox, which I gotta say thank you to him for because that thing is sweet, man. But everybody's kind of doing their thing, man. It's like if you either want to like
Great.
kind of support everybody, or it's like you're going to buy the one that you like, whether that's yours or, Shaun's at Dexa Divots or, man, Bryce, we've had so many pods, man.
I've bought ball
So
markers from
many.
Brandon,
Yeah.
so
I was actually just talking to my wife's aunt today, and we were she was asking about it, and I was just like, she's like, yeah, have you ever had any like a bad experience with a guest? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And there's
No.
been like 190 or 180 something. It's actually crazy. And like I actually like came to realization how many guests we've had on here. It's insane.
I was just like rifling
That's
off
great.
like 10 different like custom ball marker or
Yeah.
putter builders and stuff like that. It's just so that's part of it for us too, is like the cool kind of community approach and stuff, and that's how we meet so many people too, which is awesome.
Well, that's what I said to her. I was like, it's not even about anything that we receive, like even though we're thankful for everything that we get, but like it's just we meet the best people in the community and everyone loves each other and it's just a great space. Like that's what I enjoy. I know that's what Mac enjoys. There's so many connections and so many cool people. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the best things that's come out of it. I mean, no money, I mean, replaces the connections, and I mean really like some of the friends I made through doing this.
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody's just you can get all the money you want, but everybody's like, there's so many different like spaces. There's like Scotty Cameron ones. There's Sunday Red ones going for $50 now, which everybody's in an uproar for. I'm like, man, I've bought ball markers for more than $50 before. Like, if you're a Tiger fan, why not? But like, I don't know. I think it's a cool space. There's space for everybody, man. There's definitely space for everybody.
Yeah.
We've had other podcasts on in the past, man. We've had other golf pods on in the past. Like, it's just kind of it's just kind of how it goes. It's good, bud. How's the I wanted to ask you, did you play in Chris's tournament a couple weeks ago there?
The rainy one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. Were you down there for that? How was that? How was that experience?
Dude, it was honestly probably one of the coolest, like it was awesome. One of the coolest golf like just days, you know what I mean? Like we all knew going into it what it was going to be. Like there was no question of whether it was going to rain or not. Like it wasn't, it was just like, all right, this is going to be miserable, I guess, to a certain extent, but it wasn't at all, because I'm trying to think how many of us, I want to say there was like 12 or 15 of us. And because like there was no one else there golfing that day, we just all walked as a big group, and then we ended up doing a scramble. So we did like 2-man scrambles. Everybody paired up, and then we just walked as a big group and played 9 holes. And I mean, dude, it's so fun. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
That's a blast.
Yeah, It's what it's I mean, obviously, like the golf suffers, but it's just a lot of fun. I think about like hole 7 is where everybody like really started to be like, oh, this is like we're cold now. Like everything's soaked through. Like it's real. So
yeah, we have
a lot
that,
of fun.
man. We start every year up here like that. And like if you wanna play early, you're gonna get cold, you're gonna get wet, but it's kind of
you got to though.
Yeah, you've got to.
I already played 6 times this year.
I'm obviously a little spoiled.
Yeah, no kidding.
Year-round golf here, but I mean, even here, like when it rains or whatever, I mean, I don't care. I'll just get a little wet. Just bring some dry clothes, right?
You must,
not that big of a deal.
You got Brandon Matthew Putters down there too. He's got to be down there close to where you are. He was somewhere in.
Is that in San Clemente or like Laguna?
Yeah, he was like, I think he was about, when we looked it up, he was like 30 minutes from where Clubs was, because he's in like Riverside.
Okay. Yeah. So Clubs is like probably like 30 to 40 minutes from me. So
yeah, he makes some sweet putters too. We had a chat with him like a while ago, Bryce. We gotta have him back, man. He had a cool story.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, his was pretty cool. He makes some pretty cool stuff. But I'm losing it here, boys. The voice is escaping me. It's trying to take off on me, damn. But we got playoff hockey. You guys want to talk a little bit of hockey before we wrap things up, or before we get going here? Because I know Shaun, you're in the hockey space. Bryce is
in the hockey space.
Bryce is out of it now, but he's.
What did you do?
I played all growing up, and then played 3.5 years in the OHL, and then
okay.
And then played U Sports back home for a year, and then just shut her down because I hated school.
That sounds like the journey. Yeah, it sounds like the journey, man.
Yeah, I always say I went to the dance. I just didn't have my dancing shoes on.
Yeah, that's really good hockey. I mean, I nowhere near that.
Yeah, we have a big hockey family. Like my brother played 2 years in the A, and then a couple years in the coast, and then now he's in Sweden in the second league, and then actually just signed a deal in the Czech first league. So he's the only one still playing out of the family.
That's sick.
That's not
a
true,
cool experience.
Man.
Go play overseas. I have some buddies that played over there. It's pretty cool experience.
Bryce, you're still grinding those men's leagues, man. You're still.
Oh yeah, I still play like 2 or 3 nights a week in men's league. So
yeah, you're a star, man.
That's my NHL though. Now I'm still putting the puck in the net like 6 or 7 times. So
that'd be so unfair. I remember like we used to have buddies of like your kind of like skill level, and like I was always a goalie, so it didn't matter to me. But like you'd be like really good when you have like your 1 or 2 buddies who are like playing the OHL or whatever it is that come out, and then you don't have those guys, and then you get beat up like 12-0 because you're in like the A division because of those guys, man.
Summer men's league, man. Men's league.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, to be fair, we're in the top league at our rink, but I don't know. If people chirp me, I just say like I'm just out here having fun, and scoring goals is fun, so I don't really care.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what's your world away from the golf world, Shaun?
So I work for a clothing company. It's a hockey lifestyle apparel company called Violent Gentlemen. So we work with some NHL teams, AHL, ECHL, club teams, high schools. I mean, we do a lot, and then we have our own, like e-commerce, apparel line. So, yeah, it's cool. I've been blessed, I guess you could say. I've been working in hockey in Southern California for like, I don't know, last 10, 11, 12 years or so now. Nice. So yeah, it's not the biggest hockey market, but
it's getting there.
Yeah, I mean it's growing for sure. It's just not your typical like,
yeah, for sure,
make a career in hockey area, but yeah, it's dope. It's a small company. There's like 12 or 13 of us, so we all kind of wear a lot of different hats, and the founders are still there working every day. So it's a great place to be. I feel very blessed to be where I am.
Where are you originally from?
I'm born and raised in Anaheim.
Oh, okay. So you're a Ducks fan then? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
I like to just say I'm a hockey fan.
attaboy.
But yeah, if I had to pick, that'd be my team. I mean, I grew up here. I was here when they, became a thing, and so
A lot of good
yeah,
years in
I'm a Ducks.
Anaheim, man. Yeah.
There's been a lot, man. It's been tough few years, and probably a couple more tough years.
I still can't
And
believe they gave up Drysdale, man. Guy's so good. Him and my brother played in Erie together, and they're pretty good buddies. And I could not believe they traded him away. He's going to be a #1 defenseman in the next few years.
Yeah, that's a
if he
long-term
can,
play.
if he
Yeah,
stays healthy,
yeah.
he
He's
stays healthy,
so
he's going to be unreal.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Well, he's
very, very good.
he's got to be like a top like 3 skater in the league, man. The guy's like,
Oh, at least. Well, I don't know about the top 3. You got McKinnon and McCarr 1 and 2, but he's up there. He's top
Yeah.
10 skater. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I guess, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
there's obviously like McDavid, McKinnon, McCarr. Yeah, so.
Yeah, there's 3 right there.
Yeah,
But he's
so,
up there. I mean, he's a
man,
smooth skater.
like when you talk about just pure skater and like,
yeah,
oh
he's
man,
up there.
yeah,
Big time.
because like even I remember the first time I watched him, I was like, man, this guy's like he's on a different level. Like his skating's
Oh,
like
yeah.
on a different level. But when they moved him, I was like, that's such a weird like that was just a weird.
I know,
move.
because they're all young. They're rebuilding. It's
Yeah.
fine, but keep your young studs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they just thought he'd need too much money eventually, and they couldn't afford it with all the other guys they have. But I don't know. I thought he was a good fit there. With
Yeah,
the
you
young
kind of work
crowd.
around. Like it's hard to find those guys, man. Like
I know.
I don't know, really hard.
That
to
was
find those players.
that one was probably a little bit of a blow to the locker room for sure.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
beauty. He's a really good
Yeah.
kid. Me
Yeah.
and my brother
Yeah.
are really good buddies.
So do you remember like the Solani days? Like, do we remember like
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know,
dude.
man, Pronger, Niedermeyer, Jiggy? Like remember all?
No,
man.
yeah, I was. I
Conn
went to game
Smythe
1 of
winner
the Cup
without
finals
winning
there.
without winning a cup. There's not too many of those guys, and Jiggy's one of them, right?
Oh,
So
very
yeah,
few. He might be the only
Yeah.
goalie that did it.
he's got to be.
I mean, when the Ducks, like, I mean, at one point, like, they're like half the roster was like Olympic players.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like, it was
Yeah,
insane.
Getzlaff,
I mean,
Perry, Niedermeyer.
yeah,
Kunitz, Pronger, you
Yeah,
had
that team was nuts.
Solani, Koivu. I mean,
That team was
Koivu
nuts.
too. Yeah, I forgot. Man, what a team.
yeah, Bobby Ryan for
Bobby Ryan in his prime too. Oh,
yeah.
so good.
Man,
Yeah.
what an absolute team. That's like
Yeah, what a wagon.
wow.
We're
I feel like
we're
even
the,
if you
we're
named
the
like their
famous,
bottom 6, you would have been like, wow, what a wagon that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like we're famous for like just giving up the best young defensemen. You know, like Shea Theodore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. What happened there? I forgot about that,
Jesus.
man.
That was for the expansion draft. You know, like
Yeah,
they
didn't
they
protect him.
protected Vatanen and then ended up trading him.
Ooh,
So-
that's so bad.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, man. If there is any
Yeah.
Anaheim fans listening right now, that's a really tough look. That's that's bad. Shea Theodore is like I just didn't even think about it. I've just had him like every year in my hockey pool. Man, he's like such a consistent
so good.
performer.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
good.
Angelo just got 5 in a game for elbowing.
Well, Shea Theodore's gonna be logging a few
oh, it
more
was a
minutes
slap.
now.
That wasn't an elbow. That was a backhand.
Uh-oh.
We got
that's
the
a
game
5
on.
They're reviewing it, but it could be a 5-minute.
Oh, it's a little bit of an elbow actually.
We're watching game 4 right now, right? Yeah, game 4.
Yeah.
Game 4.
5.
Game 5?
five.
Okay.
2-2.
Yeah, all road
yeah,
wins.
2-2.
All,
Yeah, yeah.
all road wins
Yeah,
in the
that's
series for
wild,
both
eh?
teams.
Wednesday
Yeah.
night, 9 Eastern time when we're recording.
This is a
5 or
This
6
is a
Pacific. So,
grind
yeah.
of a series. This is a battle of a series. I love it.
Well, that was one man where I was like, it's too bad that they're in the first round. There's so many of those. Like, I don't want to see those guys battle in the first round.
Dude,
It's just
there's
all
so
that-
many though. Like
Yeah.
that,
The
like this
first
series, and then, like
round-
Leafs Bruins is tough. I
Yeah.
thought Jets Avalanche was gonna be tough. That clearly wasn't. But like those are 2 great teams.
Yep.
But those 3 series, I thought like going into playoffs, I was like, wow, there's 3 good teams getting knocked out in the first round here.
There's been a lot of good hockey for in the first round. It's been very pleasant.
Yeah, it's been great.
Been very, very pleasant last couple weeks.
Oh,
Is
the
it
other
gonna
one is-
be is it gonna be Edmonton Avalanche next round? Is that how it's shaping up, or no? Do they not play each other yet? I don't.
I don't remember what the bracket looks like, but
Yeah. I
That'll
don't-
be a wicked second round series. If they
it'd be
do.
interesting, dude. I don't know if you watched the Kings and Oilers play Sunday, but the Kings, like, outplayed the Oilers in my opinion, and the Oilers got that one power play goal. And
The thing about
Skinny
Edmonton
had like
is you can
33 saves or something, didn't he?
the thing about Edmonton is you can outplay them all you want. You still got to get 5 goals.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's crazy.
goalie was unreal. Goalie played out of his mind that game too, and it's like one mistake, and then there's your goal, and there's the game.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I looked that one up the other day because I think like Edmonton had 12 shots on net or something. I got it right here. I'm pretty sure they had like 12 shots on net. It was like not a good game at all for Edmonton. Skinny had a good one though, which like he's solid, man. Like if they get a good man, if their goalie starts rolling, how do you beat that team, right? Like
he's just so unpredictable.
Hot goalie win you the cup, man.
Yeah.
That's why Toronto sucks, man. They're all a goalie. They
Well,
got 2
Like
backup
Anderson looks really good in Carolina
does.
right now. He looks really good.
But it's the same old Leaf story, man. Guys play sick when they are on other teams. They come to Toronto, play shitty, and then they'll go to another team and light it up again. Like Phil Kessel did it. Dion Phaneuf did it. Like all these guys, like they just come in and just
Phil Kessel's the best.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I know.
The absolute best. So I'm looking at this.
Dallas goal.
I'm looking at Violent Gentlemen here. Violent Gentlemen. So they got like it's kind of like a boxing type of logo almost, right? Like on some of their stuff. It's cool, man. And it's all just hockey based.
It's hockey. We have a small golf line.
Okay.
Called Violent Gentlemen Country Club, and then we have a jiu-jitsu line as well. One of our founders is like a black belt in jiu-jitsu and trains regularly, so we have like an actual gym at our office down there, and then we do coffee and stuff. We make like mess around with some like little coffee things here and there, but yeah, we do a few different things, but the majority of it's just gonna be hockey related.
Nice.
I love that, man. Like the logos are cool.
Thanks. Thank you.
I like it, man.
I don't design any of them, but
what's like you said, everybody wears kind of many hats. What are you doing there mainly? Like what's your day look like there if you don't mind us asking?
Oh, that's all good. Everybody probably there will tell you I don't do anything. And then but I was originally brought in to like kind of clean up a lot of operation stuff for the company. So I came in and sort of got our warehouse dialed in. And sort of built a team in there with some guys I had previously worked with me at my old job. So I spent sort of like the last probably 9 months or so doing that and kind of getting that set up, and then I took a little time off when I had my kid, and coming back. My role was sort of changing into more team sales, working with some of the AHL, ECHL teams and high school programs, club programs, trying to bring in more of that business, doing some marketing stuff. I'll shoot some photos and things like that for some of our products. And then still like we have a 3PL side of the business too, where we ship for like 9 or 10 other brands. So I sort of still kind of consult that and oversee some of that side of the business as well.
Nice, man. Shaun, I don't think we asked you, like, how'd you find golf? Like, how'd you get into golf?
I mean, dude, the total honest answer is just like early 20s, like going with my friends and getting just totally like messed up on the golf course and not really even caring about golf, but it was just more of the social activity of,
right,
drinking, having fun. And then I couldn't tell you what changed. I don't know if it was just being out there all the time, and then you start hitting like good shots, and you sort of catch the bug or whatever. But yeah, that was kind of it. And then I mean, the other half of that is like my hips are messed up from hockey, so like playing in men's league is just not the move anymore. It just
man,
I can skate and everything just fine, but like just the days after like are pretty tough on my hips. And so I guess just trying to find that other activity to like really invest myself in, like sort of hobby, I guess, because before that I was just a ton of hockey. So I still skate. I mean, every once in a while, like our company will rent the ice and we do like private pickups and stuff like that. I haven't been able to go with the new kid just yet, but but I'll start getting back into that and skating a couple times a month. And I miss it, but I don't miss beer league.
It gets you though, man. When you're away from the ice for a little bit and then you get out there, oh man, I feel like it's just like I can't breathe. I can't get up and down the ice a couple times. But I've told this story to Bryce a couple times. Like last time I played a hockey game, guy just bumped into me in front of the net. I dislocated my shoulder, so I was just like, that's it. I skated off the ice. I was like, I'll never play again. This is it. This is it for me. It's too bad, but that's like
my
it just takes you way too long.
my hamstring.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, my body's just so broken, it just can't get broken anymore. So it's fine. I'm just always sore. It is what it is.
You're a conditioned athlete, though, Bryce. You're
I still got it.
XOHL player. I mean, that's good stuff.
Bryce, you
two torn MCLs, 2 broken shoulders, a broken ankle. Like it's just. Yeah.
You got any violence on the ice at all, Bryce? You ever had any violence?
No, I'm a great beer league player. Other than the fact that I score a bunch of goals and guys hate me out there, I'm the biggest. I've told this before on the pod. I'm the biggest. Like I don't go into corners with guys. I don't shoot the puck at guys' ankles and stuff. Like I'm a good beer league player. I'm respectful out there.
What about like 15-year-old Bryce though, playing the OMHA championship?
I've never been in a hockey fight in my life.
Really, I have. Like I've been in 2, man.
I got in a fight in lacrosse. We had a bench clearing brawl when I was playing junior, and that was it.
Did it go okay?
It went all right. The guy was massive. I mean, I don't know. I just started putting my head down, started swinging, and then I just tackled him, and it was just over. But never.
You used to play.
I use these things for magic, not violence. You can't ruin the money making.
Love that magic.
Yeah,
hands,
punching a plastic helmet.
Yeah, exactly. I need to score goals. I don't need to fight.
You played a little bit with Garrett Eddy, eh?
Yeah.
I was with him last weekend.
3 years with him.
Yeah, I was with him last weekend. Dude. Yeah, he's cool, man. He's cool. He does like photography and stuff too. Like he does.
Yeah, he's got a good channel. I talked to him about coming on.
Yeah. I was chatting with him. Like we went to like an event like last couple weekends ago with Mark, which was pretty cool. But I'm fully losing.
You guys are skateboard fans, right? I'm trying to remember from Shaun's podcast.
A little bit, yeah. So I rode a lot of BMX when I was younger. Bryce skated a little bit.
That's right.
I was never really into it. I just all my buddies in elementary school did, so I'd kind of just being the athlete, just doing whatever, just jumped on the bandwagon. So I was never like too into it, but like I skated for 3 or 4 years probably.
Nice.
Is that your world too, Shaun? Yeah.
No, I mean I grew up a little bit, but I was just like the whole beer league things and talking about fighting and just. But I played on a beer league team with Mike Vallely for a couple seasons. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's famous for that parking lot brawl, like back on the old skateboard video days.
Yeah, man, I recognize that name. I feel like I've seen there's like a viral video with him or something, isn't there?
Yeah. He played a couple games in the Fed.
Signed
him Danbury Whalers, not Thrashers, but when they were the Whalers, they signed him to a couple games.
Yeah. Speaking of Whalers, so pissed they got rid of that team. Probably one of the best logos in hockey.
One of my best friends. It's his favorite like hockey logo, team, everything. He just anything Whalers, he's just all about.
I was talking about like Plymouth, sick logo. The Plymouth Whalers, but. Yeah, that was a good logo. But
where do I recognize this guy from? What like? It's got to be a video. Like you said, it was like a fight video or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because this guy's
might have been before my time.
I probably because he's a bit older. I probably saw it when I was like younger when I was into it. That's sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty famous like back in the day. But
I recognized his name as soon as you said it. Like. Probably like back in like the Bam Margera era, like that kind of thing, like that kind of age,
or even earlier than that. Yeah.
Did he do something like at a mall and then like? I feel like I watched like a video of him like at a mall. He like jumped a set or something like that, and then like they tried to like take his. I don't know. I gotta look it up now.
Maybe.
I gotta look it up now because I'm like positive that it's him, and it's just like I'll be in a rabbit hole trying to find that video so I can make it make sense next time we have Shaun on or something like that. He would be the guy to know. Shaun would definitely know for sure.
Yeah, Shaun would know
because that's like right
Shaun
around
knows,
his.
Shaun knows who he is.
Yeah, that's right around his age era and stuff like that too. But man, I think I'm gonna try and wrap it up here, boys. I'm struggling, man. I'm having a hard time making it through, but we'll definitely if you don't mind, we'll link Violent Gentleman if anybody's interested in it. You can go down. We're gonna put Early Birdie Customs
Go for it.
The Instagram page just down below. So if you're listening to us at this point, it's just down below. And if you want to check out the page, you guys got cool merch and stuff, man. Like might be something if somebody wants to go give it a click and check out the page as well. Really cool stuff, man. I like what you're doing. Obviously the ball markers are cool. Hopefully I gave you some Banksy inspiration now. Check some of that stuff out. Maybe we'll see Monopoly Man on there, a couple Campbell soup or something like that. But really appreciate you coming on, man. This was great.
No, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the time. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's do it again sometime, Bryce. I think we got to make like a West Coast swing and just get everybody together, man, and just do like one pod. Just do one big pod together. I think
gonna have to wait a year.
Bring
probably
Loey with you, though. Bring Loey with you.
Yeah, I definitely
scoop him up in the van and bring him over.
I'll pick him up on the way down, man. I drove down to that guy's place. Like I remember like leaving at midnight here, and I pulled up there at 8 a.m. and then we just like it was like shit, man. It was like we were best friends. Like I knew that guy forever. It was so cool. Just slept in his barn above the shop. Really, really cool experience, man. So yeah,
he's the best, man. I've talked to him. I mean, I remember the first time, like the first putter I ordered, and like he just calls me up and just like we talked for like 45 minutes or an hour or something.
Yeah.
It was just like
same thing.
Super rad, dude.
Yeah, we were on the phone for like an hour and 45 minutes. I didn't realize I didn't have international calling, so turn my putter into like
that'll get you.
Yeah, it made my putter a little bit more expensive, but it was worth it, man. It was worth the call.
That's why I always FaceTime people when I'm calling people back home.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have it. I might, but I don't know. But I don't want them to get charged. So I was just like FaceTime audio me.
Yeah, I've looked into it now. I know for sure it's there now. But yeah, definitely go get yourself a Loey. You have one, I guess, Shaun?
I've got two.
Me too. Me too, man. I got one in my possession, one on the way. So
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't contemplating a third one, but
before we let go, which ones you got?
I've got one of the normal style blades, and then I've got the sort of the like Reaper curved.
Yeah, me too.
Not the mallet. They're both blades. It's a little bit thicker,
it's
but
kind of like almost like a
1.5
bigger Laguna shape, sort of. That
it's
hard to explain. That's like it's the one I have, Bryce. Same one as I have.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. Yeah, man. I love that thing.
They're the best. Yeah.
Went down there like
I used to have like 4 or 5 Scotties, and they're all gone.
Yeah.
Really,
I got one left. I got my Delmar. I gave one of my other buddies one of mine.
You won't ever get rid of that Delmar, though. It's
no,
your baby at heart.
Clubsy finished that, but it's never going back in the rotation, man. The first time I rolled the Loey, I remember we were on like whatever hole. I'm just like playing like trash because I hadn't played and it was awful. But I just remember like the first green I hit in regulation, I had like a 20-foot putt, and I walked up there, grabbed a little like can out of my bag or whatever, a little shot out of my bag. And I just like put it in my pocket. And I was like, I'm going to need this birdie juice, and like drain like the 20-footer or whatever it was, man. It was awesome. Nice. It had a bit of a bend to it and stuff. It's just like, I don't know. Rolling a Loey's it's a special thing, man. Bryce, we got to get you on. We got to get you on the wagon one day.
It really is. It's, it's just, I lied. I have one Scotty left but it's, again, like you said, it's probably never in the rotation. I mean, it's just Loey's.
It's
just Loey's.
Bryce, you gotta get one before they cost you a mortgage payment soon, man. Like, or you know what I mean? Like
I want one of the mallet ones though.
They're sweet. I got one on the way. I got 007 on the way, so it'll come soon. I might have to wait.
Crazy that he pulled that off, man. It's so insane. Like so cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and push it back a little bit though, so I can selfishly drive down and pick it up again. So hang out there at the Loey residence. It's a good spot, man. It's so cool. It's just so pure out there. Love it out there in the Pine Barrens. Good spot. But all right, Shaun, I'm going to run, man. I'm going to flip a quick edit. We'll get this out on Friday at some point, probably in the evening. But, if you're not already following Early Birdie Customs and Shaun here, go do it. It's down in the show notes below. And, of course, Full Wedge. Check out Full Wedge, too. And you can use our promo code OTS. It's 20% off. And Violent Gentleman, too. It's Shaun Singh. It's just going to be in the show notes as well. So check them all out. Be a good time.
Cool.
Get yourself into a rabbit hole. Get yourself some cool gear too. But let's do this again sometime, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
He's out in my ball in the course, so I tee up. I lose the ball and I re up. I miss a fairway, I probably end up in the ocean or maybe the beach. And I'm on a par 5 and I'm finna go reach it. Second was blind, I ain't see it. Feel like it might be an albatross.